Ego would sit at the front of the class, but nobody wanted to sit next to her or near her. All the chairs around her were empty. At first, the lecturers who admired her in the first week now didn't pay attention to her. Some students whispered mean things like, "She's so ugly. I can't believe someone can be this ugly." One day, the lecturer said they would have a group project. "When I call your name, please join your group," the lecturer said. "This assignment is very important and counts for 50% of your final marks." The lecturer started calling names. When he wanted to call Ego, he mistakenly called Alero. "Yes, you, yes, I'm talking to you." He pointed at Ego. "Join that group." She was assigned to group C, where some of her friends from the first week were, but as soon as she stood up, they began to laugh. One girl sneered, "Didn't you say your name is Ego?" "I knew it. You would never be her." They all laughed, and one of them told the lecturer, "We don't want her in our group." The lecturer frowned and said, "You cannot choose who you want in your group. Only me can decide that." Suddenly, another group raised their hands. "Sir, we don't want ugly pox face in our group either," one of them shouted, referring to a lady with pimples who was always quiet and looked down on. The class erupted in laughter. The project given to them is to make beautiful ball gowns by member of the group, which they are going to present in a walkway like a model, and they will be rewarded with marks, which carried 50% of their final mark, and also the best group will be awarded. None of the students wanted Ego and Adanaya in their group. They were rejected. In their words, they wanted beautiful faces in the group who would help them score high marks. The teacher struggled to calm everyone down. Ego stood up and said firmly, "Don't worry about me, sir. I will do the project with her," pointing at Adanaya. The room fell silent. Some students muttered, yeah, you two deserve each other. They is." Ego replied confidently, "Of course, we do deserve each other." The lady they called Ugly Pox Face, whose real name was Adanaya, looked very sad and dejected and ran out of the class in shame. Ego ran after her, calling out, Naya, please wait. You don't have to be ashamed. Wait, Naya, wait." There was a very handsome guy in the corridor calling out to Adanaya as she was running away, looking in Adanaya's direction. As Ego ran down the corridor, she accidentally bumped into this handsome guy. His book fell to the floor. Ego quickly glanced up and saw Adanaya running to the bedrooms, but she stopped to help the guy pick up his books. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry," Ego said repeatedly. The guy smiled and said, "It's okay. It's no big deal." After they picked up the books, as Ego was about to rush to find Adanaya, the guy gently grabbed her hands and asked, "Please, if you don't mind, what is your name?" "My name is Ego," she replied quickly, then ran after Adanaya. Other students who saw the handsome guy talking to Ego started laughing. Some said she meant her name is opposite of Ego. The girls were gossiping. What is a handsome guy like that doing talking to that thinking ugly girl? Ego ignored the comments and focused on finding Adanaya. She finally caught up with her in the bedroom. "Adanaya, please don't be sad. You don't have to be ashamed. You are beautifully made," Ego said gently. "We will do this assignment together and show them what we can do, okay?" Adanaya wiped her tears and managed a small smile. "Thank you, Ego. You are the only one who has been kind to me in this school. Everyone don't want to associate with me because of the pimples I have all over my face. I've tried everything possible, but it's not fading away. Don't worry about them, Adanaya. I'm here for you, and we can be there for each other," Ego said. Adanaya moved to sit at the front next to Ego, and they started talking and laughing. During lunch, Ego was usually alone, but one afternoon, as she sat down to eat, she heard voices. "Can we join you?" asked Adanaya. To Ego's surprise, Adanaya was not alone. The handsome guy she had bumped into was with her. Ego nodded and they all sat down together. Thank you for standing up for my sister. She told me everything. You are so kind. The guy said, my name is Ugochukwu. Ego was taken aback. Your sister? You mean Adanaya is your sister? Yes, Adanaya is my junior sister. Ugochukwu replied with a warm smile. Ego was captivated by Ugochukwu as he spoke. She felt frozen in place. It was love at first sight for her. Ugochukwu continued to talk. I am in my final year of studying medicine, he said, but Ego barely heard his words. She was lost in her own world, admiring Ugochukwu. She noticed his kind eyes, his gentle smile, and the way he spoke with confidence and poise. Everything about him seemed perfect to her. Adanaya noticed Ego's distraction and smiled knowingly. Ego, are you okay? Ego snapped back to reality. Yes, I'm fine. It's just nice having you people around me, she smiled. Ugochukwu chuckled. I'm glad we can join you. We could do this more often. Ego nodded, feeling a warmth in her heart. When Ego got to her room, she removed her mask. She thought to herself, I have to take this off so that Ugochukwu can see the real me. But what if he doesn't like this real Ego at all? Maybe he only likes the Ego under ugly masks he sees now. Ego started pacing back and forth, wondering if Ugochukwu liked her for who she truly was. Her thoughts were racing. She threw herself on the bed, staring at the ceiling and chuckling to herself. Anyways, I will wait a little bit, she said softly. Maybe it's better this way for now. She smiled, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. Not sure what the future held, but hopeful for what might come. The next morning, Ego was very excited. She wore the best outfit she had sewn herself. The dress was so beautiful. Adanaya noticed and smiled. Why are you all dressed up, Ego? Is there anything you are not telling me? Adanaya asked teasingly. Ego just grinned, saying nothing. In class, everyone stared at her. The ladies whispered to each other. The outfit may be beautiful, but it won't take away her hideous, ugly face. But from that day on, nothing could take away Ego's happiness. Whenever Adanaya told a little joke, Ego would burst out laughing. When lunchtime came, Ego was the first to rush out of the classroom, leaving Adanaya behind. Wait for me, Ego. Where are you rushing to? Adanaya called out. Ego and Adanaya sat at the usual spot. After a while, Ego started to feel anxious. Where is Ugochukwu? Lunch is almost over. Adanaya gave her a knowing smile. I don't know. We don't always hang out together, you know. Ego felt a pang of sadness, but suddenly, Ugochukwu came running over. Oh, I had to submit my final project. Today is my last day here. I will only come back to submit assignments, Ugochukwu explained. He looked at Ego and added, I'm glad you are taking care of my sister, Ego. You have been very kind to her. Thank you so much. Ego nodded, trying to hide her disappointment. Ugochukwu noticed and teased. Are you sad you won't be seeing me anymore, Ego? They both smiled, and Ego quickly said, I have been hanging out by myself all this while now, so I'm fine. Adanaya laughed, and they all went back to the class. Ego and Adanaya became the best of friends. Surprisingly, every now and then, Ugochukwu would come to the college and hang out with Ego, giving the excuse of submitting his schoolwork. Ego started thinking they would remain just friends because Ugochukwu never spoke to her about love or asked her out. She began doubting herself, thinking that wearing the ugly mask on her face might have been a bad idea. Despite her doubts, Ego focused on her studies and her friendship with Adanaya. They got to work and started the project given to them. Ego and Adanaya put so much effort into their projects, aiming to be the best group and score the highest marks. They made beautiful ball gowns, well designed and outstanding. Adanaya was amazed with how Ego was brilliantly designing the ball gowns. She learned a lot from her. All the work that Ego and Adanaya did together was excellent. The D-Day to present the project came, and the whole groups were wearing their ball gowns, looking beautiful. Some of the students couldn't wait to see Ego and Adanaya presentation. They murmured, What can just the two of them do? They can't achieve any great results. We are getting the highest marks and the award. Everyone did their presentation, and when it was time for Ego and Adanaya to present their projects, they walked in elegantly like queens. Everyone was marveled at the beautiful designs they made. Even the lecturers couldn't close their mouths in awe. With no doubt or argument, Ego and Adanaya got the highest marks and were presented the awards. They did excellently well, passed with flying colors. As the year went by, everyone got used to seeing Ego and Adanaya together. They became a well-known ugly pair in college. While many girls were meeting their suitors and experiencing nightlife, Ego and Adanaya noticed that no guys were asking them out or even looking at their way. The reality was sometimes hard to ignore, especially when they saw their classmates going out on dates and enjoying social events. One evening, as they were studying in their room, Adanaya sighed and looked at Ego. "Do you